we are going to discuss. We have already discussed about the what is research and what is not research. Today we are going to discuss about that what is the meaning of the research, how it has been interpreted in our text, Pali text or in other text also. So, what is the meaning of the research? What are the terms which are available in our Pali or Sanskrit text? We'll have a glance of our term, how the term research has been designated in our text. We have already seen that research is made up of two words, re and search. Re means again and again, or further. Search means investigations. So, investigations or search again and again, this is the research. But there are so many terms which are available in our Pali text or Sanskrit text, like Anusandhan, Anusilana, Parisilana, Gavesana, Sodha, Sansodhana, and Anvenchiki. These are some of the terms which are available in our Sanskrit text also. What are the importance of these terms, how these have been interpreted in our text also? We'll have a discussion on this. We have already seen that research is defined as based upon the previous research materials. Whenever there is a new innovations or new advancement of the knowledge, this is called as research. Here, the first term is Anusandhan. Here there are three terms which are related with this Anusandhan. Anu plus sam plus dha is the root or verb. Anu means that which follows or which is being placed. Sam means properly. Dha means to place the things, to hold the things. So here the literal meaning of Anusandhan is placing the things properly again and again. This is the literal meaning of Anusandhan. But coming to technical terms related with Anusandhan, it is said that research is nothing but searching again and again and arranging in properly or in proper manner. This is called as Anusandhan. Again, there is a term Anusilan and Parisilan. Here, there are two terms also, Anu and Silana, Pari and Silana. Let us discuss that how this Silana term has been defined in our Pali text also. Silana means composing, that is the coordination. There are so many terms which have been given in our Pali text. Acharya Buddha Ghosh in the text Visuddhi Magga, which is the magnum opus work of Acharya Buddha Ghosh, he discusses about the term Silana. And he says that Silan is in the sense of Silananam. Silanam means that is the composing. When he defines the term Sila, that what is the seal? He says that seal is nothing but it is the curtailment of the physical and vocal misdeeds. But in what sense? Ken athena sealam, then he says that sealan athena sealam, that morality is in the sense of sealana. Then kim idam sealanam. Now there is a question that what is that seal? It has been said in the text by Acharya Buddha Ghosh that sealan is in the sense of samadhan and upadharana. There are two terms which have been given in our Visuddhi Magga related with the Silana. That is the Samadhan, coordination, Upadharana, that is the holding. Now, what is the Samadhan? Acharya Buddha Ghosh says that Kusalanam Dhammanam Patithana Vasena Adhara Bhavoti Atho. That here, Upadharana, that is the holding the things, is That is the how establishment of the moral dhamma or giving a base for the establishment of the moral dhammas. This is called as a upadharana. And when he decides about the discusses about the samadhan coordination, that he says that whatever there is a inconsistency related with the physical and vocal actions, this is called as silan, samadhana. So there are two terms which are related with our silana. That is, it is in the sense of coordinations, coordinations of the inconsistency related with the physical and vocal actions. There are three types of physical actions related with the Panatipata, Atinnadana, and Kamesu Mikshachara. And there are four types of vocal actions related with Musavada, Visunavacha, Farusavacha, and Sampalapa. There are four terms which are related. And this making coordinations of three types of physical and the four types of vocal actions, this is called as samadhana. And Upadharan is Kusalanam Dhammanam Patithan Vasena Adhara Bhavoti Atho. That it is in the sense of a base of the establishment of the moral dhammas. But coming to here, our term, that is the Anusilana and the Parisilana. There are two terms which is related with the coordinations of the research materials which you are gathering or collecting from the different sources, from the primary sources or the secondary sources. You are collecting your materials from the libraries, archives, manuscripts, and whatsoever there are sources, and making coordinations of all these research materials in a proper manner, arranging the things, making coordinations of all the research materials, linking the materials in a proper manner in each chapter. This is called as a samadhan. And here anusilan and parisilan in the sense of upadharana, that it gives the base of the establishment of the new ideas or new thoughts. We have already seen that research is nothing but it is the new interpretations or analysis of the materials which are already available to us. We have already seen in our previous classes that there are two types of research: pure research and applied research. Pure research is the interpretations or analysis of the materials which are available to us, or making an new invention or innovations related with the anything. This is called as whether it is concept or any ideas or any thoughts. This is called as research. So here Anusilana and Parisilan is in the sense of coordination, making coordinations of the research materials in a proper manner, linking the research materials in proper manner, and giving the base of the establishment of the new ideas or thoughts. This is called as Anusilan and Parisilan. Again, there is another term which is called as Gavesana. Gavesana means searching again. If you go through the term Gavesana, this is the searching of the cows. During the time of the Vedas or Vedic period, there were so many cows and they were left in the agriculture field, and searching all these cows. And if you go to the village, you will see that how a uh, landowner, he takes or he gives the protections of the cows, and he how at the time of the sunset, how he is making search of the cows. So from there, the term Gavesana has come. So Gavesana is nothing but the searching of the materials again and again. There are hordes of the cattle or the animals who uh, which are in the agriculture field, but a landowner search that which are the cows which belongs to us and which are the animals which belongs to us. So making search of that in that sense, here research is the searching again and again, making further research or making further investigations on any ideas or any concepts. This is called as gaveshana. There is another term which is called as sodha. Sodh this is the term which has come from the sodhana. Sodhana means that is the purifying, making how you wash the things like brass, gold, or silver, how they are washed and how they become glittering after washing them through the acids and other things. In that sense, here Sodh is that where you are analyzing any concepts or interpreting any terms in a different manner, making in a understandable manner. This is called as Sodha. So this Sodha has come from the term Sodhana. Again, there is another term related with the term research, that is Sansodhana. So, Sansodhan, there are two terms. Sam means properly, Sodhana means that is the purifying, making purifications. Here, making purifications means how you are analyzing and interpreting the ideas in a different manner. This is also a term which is called as Sansodhana. There is another term which is related with our term research, that is the Anuvanshiki. There is a dhatu or verb, ikshu, which means to see, to visualize the things in a proper manner. Anuvanshiki. So here Anuvanshiki is made up of the word ik dhatu, which means to have vision or to visualize the things as they really are. So here Anvanchaki is a term which is related with the term research, which in the sense of visualizing or making investigations or to see the things as they really are. So in that sense, Anvanchaki has been interpreted in our research. So here there are mm, there are other terms which are also available in our Pali text. In Majjhim Nikaya, there is a sutta, Arya Pariya Sena Sutta. In Arya Pariya Sena Sutta, there is a teachings related that how you can understand the teachings of the Buddha, or noble truth, or eightfold path, or law of dependent originations. There is a term which comes here, pariyetti, which has been interpreted by our T.W. Davids in the Pali English Dictionary, page number 43. It has been given that pariyetti is nothing but it is the pariyesti, that the verb is esati, that here it is making careful investigation on the subject matter of the order. So, in that sense, it has been interpreted in our Ariyapariyasen Sutta. So, careful investigation of the subject matter of the order. Order is here Buddha Sasana. So, here Buddha Sasana, the teachings of the Buddha, of the order Buddha Sasana, and making careful investigation. And here there are some of the terms, if you go through, in the Mahaparinibbana Sutta, Buddha says that do not accept the things, whatever it comes to you. You must investigate that whether these things which are available in Vinay, Sutta or Abhidhamma or not. Do not accept the things by the for the sake of hearsay or listening from somewhere or by that it has been told by our acharyas or the teachers. Do not accept the things. But whatever you get it in the Vinay, Sutta or Abhidhamma, then you say that this is the okay or this is the right teachings of the Buddha. Again, Buddha also says, and if you go through the teachings of the Buddha, the teachings of the Buddha are scientific teachings of the Buddha. Here, all the statements or all the teachings of the Buddha, they have been interpreted by with the sense of reason and logic. That is the there are so many terms related with the reason and the logic. So Buddha also says that you must accept the things on the basis of the reason and the logic. There are some of the texts which discusses about the reason and logic as we are having Kathavattu, the fifth book of Abhidhamma Pitaka, which is based upon the reason and the logic also. Acharya Nagarjuna has also composed a text which is called as Jukti Sastikal Karika. There are 60 verses, and this is 60 verses related with the teachings of the Buddha. They have been interpreted on the basis of reason and logic. So here it is said that pariyatti is nothing but it is the careful investigations of the teachings of the Buddha in a proper manner. So research can be interpreted in the sense of pariyatti. There is another term which is also come available in our Pali text, that is the vibhanga. We also know that Vibhang is the second text of Abhidhamma Pitaka. There are 7 texts in Abhidhamma Pitaka, Dhammasangani, Vibhanga, Dhatu Katha, Ugalpayati, Kathavattu, Yamak and Pathan. Dhammasangani is called as a basic text of Abhidhamma Pitaka, Mool Pakarana. And in this text, there is a detailed expositions of the 4 reals of Dhamma. They are the Chit, Chetsik, Roop, and Nibbana. And they have been discussed with the help of 122 Abhidhamma and 42 Sutanta. So, with these, there is a Vibhanga text, which means that is the analysis of the 4 Dhammas, Chit, Chetsik, Roop, and Nibbana. So here, research is also in the sense of vibhanga. Here, vibhanga is vibhajana athena vibhangam, that making divisions of the teachings of the Buddha in so many ways. How the Chitta Chetsik, Roop, and Nibbana, these Chatudha Paramatha Dhamma, the 4 real, ultimate real things of the Abhidhamma, how they have been interpreted in the 18 Vibhangas, like Khanda Vibhanga, Dhatu Vibhanga, Ayatana Vibhanga, Sach Vibhanga, Indriya Vibhanga, Patisamuchpad Vibhanga, Apamaya Vibhanga. So there are 18 Vibhangas where the 4 Paramatma Dhammas, they have been analyzed by the way of making the divisions of the Panchkandas, Dwadas Ayatana, 18 Dhatu, or Chattari Arya Sachani, Patisamuchpad, any different manners. So research is another in the sense of making analysis in a different manner by the way of divisions, Vibhajan Athena Vibhangam. So research can be also understood by the way of analyzing the teachings of the Buddha in a different manner or by making further divisions in a proper manner. There is another term which also comes in Sanskrit as well as in Pali, which is called as Vinishchay. In Pali, Vinishchay, it is called in Pali, Vinishchay. It is called in our Sanskrit. Here, Vinishya is also in the sense of investigations. In Pali, we are having the text like Paramatha Vinishya, Vinay Vinishya, the commentaries, not commentaries, manuals of the Abhidhamma, which were written on Abhidhammat Sangho by Acharya Anuruddha in the 11th century AD. There are some of the texts which are making investigations of the four regals of the Abhidhamma, Chitta, Chetsika, Rup, and Nibbana. So here, Vinishya is nothing but it is the careful investigations of the four Paramatta Dhammas. So research can be also understood by the way of Vinishya. In Sanskrit, Buddhist Sanskrit text, we are also having a text named as Artha Vinishya Sutra. There is a sutra of the Sautantric sect that is called as Artha Vinishya Sutra. The sutra which discusses about the investigations of the meaning of the teachings of the Buddha. Artha Sutra is also a compendium of Buddhist philosophy which are available in Sarvastivada Abhidharma text. Uh, there is a text which is called as Veerbhadra, who was a teacher of Nalanda, who composed Artha Sutra. And so here Vinishya is nothing but it is also careful investigation. So research can be also understood by the way of Vinishya or Vinishya in our Sanskrit text. So on the basis of these, some of the terms which are available in our Pali or Sanskrit text, we can understood that what is the research. Research is nothing but it is the scientific investigations of the truth or any ideas or thoughts on the basis of the materials which are available to us. In Pali, it has been defined as Laddha samaggi, pubbakam, abhinava, cintane, parisilanam. So here in Pali, we are having the terms related with the anusilana or parisilana. So we can take it as a term which how this parisilan or anusilan have been designated as a term for the research also. This is the new innovations on the careful investigations or scientific investigations based upon the material available to us. Again, further we are going to discuss that what are the basic elements of the research. We have seen that research is nothing but it is the scientific investigations of the truth on the basis of the materials which are available to us earlier. So if there are materials which are available, it means there are some truth also, and if there are truth, they can be analyzed and investigated in another manner also. So there are five aspects which are related with our elements of the research. That is the Parisilan, Anusandhana, or Anusilan. So there is the first element which is related with our research is Navinatata Parisilanam. That there is the investigations of the truth in a new ideas or new thoughts. This is called as investigation of the new truth. So this is the first element of our research. Whenever you are making a investigation of the new truth based upon the materials available to us, this is one of the elements of our research. The second element of our truth or tattva, which is called is that whatever the materials which are available to us, and based upon those ideas or the definitions or concepts, if you are making explanations of those ideas or the truth or the thoughts, this is the another aspect related with the elements of research in Pali. Then third aspect that if you are not giving new ideas related with your research in the conclusion part of your thesis, that is not very advisable. So whenever you give the new ideas related with your research, this is called as originality, and this is the third aspect of our research. Therein, there is the whenever you are writing your research, the chapters, the ideas, the explanations must be in a very lucid manner. It must be in a very simple manner so that people can understand in a very proper manner. And this explanations depends upon that how you are writing the things in a proper manner. The style of your writing also gives your expression of your ideas. And whenever the ideas are written, which are arising in your mind, how you are putting these in your words, this is an art. That how you are putting your ideas in the words also in a very lucid manner or in a very proper manner. So this is called as Patipadanam Suttu. That is the excellence in explanations of the terms. Whenever you are writing or explaining any terms or the concepts, this is excellence in explanation. There is another that how you penetrate into the nature of the subject also. It is in another way that it is the right understanding of the concept or the ideas or the thoughts also. It can be understood by the term that is the pragya in Sanskrit or in Pali, panya. Panya is a term that which gives or which removes the darkness of the ignorance, and it penetrates into the nature of the reality, and by that way a person is able to know the nature of the reality, that all things are subject to impermanence, all things are subject to suffering, and all dhammas are subject to soulless. So panya or pragya, which is called as right understanding or the wisdom through which a person is able to know the nature of the reality, and penetrating into the nature of the reality, he comes to know that all things are subject to anitya, anatma, and dukkha. Anitya, dukkha, and anatma. So these are the three terms. In the same way, the elements of the research is that how you are penetrating into the nature of the topic or the subject of your research also. How you are going deep inside of the subject, how you are making deep investigation of the your subject also. So it is nothing but there is another aspect that how much you are penetrating into the nature of the subject by collecting your research materials, analyzing those concepts in a proper manner. This is another basic elements of the research. So now we are going to discuss about the what are the purpose of our research. There are three types of research which have been told in our text also. So here we are taking the terms of parisilanam. So there are, and whenever you are making a research proposal of your topic, you must have objectives also, aims and objectives of your research, and then purpose of your research. What is the main purpose of your research? The main objective of your research is making advancement of the knowledge in your ideas or any concepts also. But the purpose of the research has three, that how you are collecting the research materials which are not available to one place. They are available in different libraries, different books, and different texts also. So this is called as Vichipta Sangraha in Sanskrit. In Pali, it is called as Vikitasya Sangaho. Sangaha means how you are gathering, how you are collecting the research materials which are in a scattered manner. They are not in a one place, but they are in a different places. So the main purpose of that, how you are going to gather or collect the research materials at one place which are not available at one place. Then second purpose of the researcher or any research topic is that how you are presenting in a very lucid manner, how you are making literature review of the scholars who have already written on those subjects. First of all, you are making literature review and you are presenting the things in a proper manner. Then you are analyzing or you are interpreting those things which have been written by other scholars. So this is the presenting the things which have already told by the scholars. This is the one of the purpose. Then the third purpose will that how you are going to interpret or analyze the things which have been not done by our previous scholars. This is the third, which is called as Anutasya Kathanam. That the statements which have been not been told by our previous scholars. So this is the third one. And Bhuttasya Upadanam. First, you are presenting the statements which have been given by our previous scholars. So this is the second aspect, which is the main purpose of research. And third, that whatever it has been presented by our previous scholars, how you are analyzing and how you are interpreting, how you are making new innovations of those ideas or concepts which have been already stated by our previous scholars. Then, how a research scholar has to start the writing of his research. So there are five things which are related with the way of writing in our research. We will discuss in a very different manners after understanding all the types of the research in a very detailed manner. After this, we will discuss about the what are the types of the research we'll discuss. But here, how you have to start your writing in your research. The first is called as Sabkathanam Mule Avdharanam. That whatever you are writing, we have already seen that there must not be any abrupt statement whenever you are writing, but whatever you are writing, they must be cited by the references or by any original sources or the secondary sources. So, whatever the things, Mule Avdharanam, here Mool means that is the original sources. From the text which you are taking, it must be given the references there. So, Sabkathanam, that all the statements must be based on the references and the citations also. The second way of writing of the research is that whatever you are writing, it must be investigated just like an advocate or a pleader. If you go to the court, you will see that there are two sides where the advocates are pleading their cases for their clients, but the judge who is sitting and after hearing those statements of the advocates, a judge tries to clarify it penal code also or whether in the constitutions or the rules or and based upon those that whether in the penal code these rules have been stated or they have been analyzed or they have been told and what are the punishments which have been told in the penal code. Based upon that, a judge gives the judgment. In the same manner here also, that whatever you are making a statement based upon the statements which are available in your text, original sources or the secondary sources, you must act just like a judge. After getting statements from the different sources, just like the two advocates from the two sides, they are pleading their cases by the way of their analyzing or interpreting. But the judge, just like a researcher, just like a judge, he has to analyze that whether these things are available in our proper text or not in the Indian Penal Code or in Nepal Penal Code or any constitutions of any country, whether they have been stated properly or not. A researcher has to do judgment in the writing of his statements in the chapters or in the chapters of the thesis or in a research paper. That is why it is called as idam cha vinichay karakam vachanam. That the statement must be investigated on the basis of our original sources, whether they are coming or not. The second way of writing that you must be limited in the size as well as in the quality. The statements which you are writing or interpreting or analyzing, they must be limited in their size also. We have discussed that a research scholar has to write a thesis and the standard pages of a research thesis is 250 to 300 pages in the case of arts, humanities and social science. But in science subject, we are having only 50 pages also, 60 pages or 75 pages also for a research. But here, when you are talking about the PhD, you must be limited in your size, that is the akar, that is the size of your thesis also. And the size does not matter very much when there is no quality of the writing in the research also. So there must be quality in the writing also. The statement or the interpretations or the analyzing, which you are making statements in your chapters or in a research matter, it must have an a quality. It must be limited into size also, and it must be interpreted in our time also. A research scholar has the time to complete his or her research within 3 or 4 years. So in that manner, this is called as akare cha gune cha sima baddhata. That it must be limited to the boundaries of the size as well as the qualities also. Then the fourth aspect of the writing of research is navam chintanam apurnam, that there must be a rising of the new thoughts also. New thoughts means that how the new ideas which are coming, new ideas or new invention. If the new ideas or new thoughts which are not coming in our research paper or the research theory, it cannot be said as a research. It will be just generalizing of your research paper. So here, Navan Chintanam Ankurnam, there must be innovation of new ideas or new thoughts in your research also, based upon the materials which are available to us. So this is called as Navan Chintanam Ankurnam. And then the last way of writing of the research is that there must be some scope for arising of some of the questions related with your research problems. There must be some of the ideas which for the future research scholars, how based upon those ideas he can develop his own research problems and he can write a research paper or research thesis also. So in that way, this is called as Pahya Pucham Pavati, that there must be purpose of a rising of the questions. Pahya means that is the prashna, that there must be a rising of some of the questions related with the research problems in the concluding part, so that the future research scholars can also have some thoughts related with his further research also. So a scope of further research problems, there must be a scope for writing of our research also. So this is whenever there is a question which comes related with the writing of our research, that you must give some scope for the future research scholars also. So this is the fifth way of writing of research also. So let us, because the time is 10 o'clock, so in the next class, we'll discuss about the types of the research in a very detailed manner. In our last class, we had discussed some of the research types in a general manner. But what are the research topics which are generally taken for our subjects or disciplines of the Buddhist study related with the Pali language literature, then Sanskrit Buddhist literature, Buddhist history, Buddhist philosophy, Tibetan language literature, Chinese language literatures, how the subjects and how the types of the research which are generally undertaken by the research scholars will discuss one by one in our next class, day after tomorrow. If you have any questions related with today's or the earlier classes, you can ask. Okay. Do you have any question? You can ask.
Thank you, sir.
You can introduce yourself by your name. I am not aware of your name. So you can just tell about your name and then ask you your question.
I'm Dhaka, Mohan Adhikari.
Bhuvan Adhikari.
Dhaka, Mohan
Yes,
Adhikari.
yes, from Dhaka. Which place from Dhaka?
Dhaka, Mohan Adhikari, Kathmandu.
Kathmandu. Yes. Bhuvan Adhikari from Kathmandu. Okay.
Yes.
So do you have any question?
Yes, you mentioned the last slide, these five. Can you edit some English in the below? It will be very.
Which one? What was the term which you are asking?
the last slide.
Panya pucha, that is the last
Yeah,
Panya
this
pucha
five,
pavati
this
cha.
yeah, this five, yeah.
Panya means prashna, that is the questions. Pucha means asking the questions. Pavati
Mhm.
means that is the purpose. There must be some scope for asking some of the research questions for the future generations or future research scholars. There must be a scope for writing some of the research problems for the future generations. This is called as Pahiya Pucha Pavati Cha.
Yeah, my question is that this if you edit the English in the below, it will be understandable for us. My question is that if you
So I will
rewrite,
try to those Pali
re-
terms also I will give you in Sanskrit also, and in
okay,
the English I am translating all those terms in our English also. So just my main purpose is that how a research scholar of Buddhist studies must be efficient in Pali, either in Pali or
okay,
Sanskrit or Tibetan or Chinese. So I have tried some of the terms related with the research, how they have been interpreted in our Pali text also. So based upon those, I am trying to explain those terms or the concepts related with our research method. Okay,
okay, thank you, sir.
thank you. Anyone? Venerable Sankit Shah Bante?
Uh, Namaste, Professor.
Uh,
Namaste. I am from from Kathmandu, and I have one quiz for you. Did you obtain this